Welcome to today's video on the Buddhist secret, a profound, life-changing practice that goes beyond meditation or mindfulness. It's about discovering a way of living that fully aligns your mind, body, and spirit to unlock success, abundance, and genuine well-being. This secret isn't just written in the sacred sutras, it's embedded in how we apply this ancient wisdom to the challenges and opportunities of everyday life. Imagine waking up each morning with a deep sense of purpose, clarity, and inner peace, feeling like the universe itself is working in harmony with your intentions. That's the power of this practice. And today, I'm excited to guide you through its principles and show you how even the smallest adjustments can create a ripple effect of positive change. But before we dive deep into these transformative insights, I'd love for you to take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Doing so ensures you won't miss out on more content designed to help you manifest the life you've always dreamed of. Ready to learn how to infuse this ancient wisdom into your modern world and make it a reality? Let's begin this journey together. In today's fast-paced world, it's so easy to dismiss old traditions as outdated or irrelevant. But trust me, there's a powerful reason why these teachings have endured for thousands of years. They provide a roadmap, a guide to inner harmony and external success that feels more essential now than ever. Stick with me, and let's explore this incredible path. At the heart of Buddhist philosophy lies the profound concept of mindfulness, being fully present and completely engaged in the moment, without distraction or judgment. It's not just about paying attention, it's about becoming deeply aware of the now, embracing it with a sense of openness and acceptance. But you might be wondering, how does this simple yet powerful practice of mindfulness relate to manifesting abundance and prosperity in our lives? The Buddhist secret reveals that mindfulness serves as the foundation for transforming your intentions into reality. It's the bridge that connects your thoughts, emotions, and actions, aligning them with the energy of abundance. This isn't about waving a magic wand or hoping for miracles without effort. Instead, it's about intentionally nurturing the seeds of prosperity in your mind and consciously removing the weeds of doubt and fear that hold you back. Imagine this. The mind is like a fertile garden. The thoughts you nurture are the seeds you plant, and what you choose to water will determine the type of life you harvest. If you constantly plant seeds of negativity, scarcity, and self-doubt, your garden will be overrun with obstacles, thorny, tangled vines of limiting beliefs and endless worries. Your reality will reflect this inner turmoil, making it difficult for good things to flourish. But if you take time to plant seeds of abundance, gratitude, and compassion, and care for them diligently, your life will begin to bloom in ways that defy your imagination. Suddenly, opportunities blossom, relationships become more nourishing, and prosperity flows more naturally into your life. When I first began practicing mindfulness to manifest my own dreams, I have to admit, I was skeptical. The changes weren't immediate, and at times I felt discouraged, wondering if this was just another empty promise wrapped up in spiritual jargon. But here's the truth. Mindfulness is a practice, not a quick-fix solution. It requires patience, consistency, and a genuine willingness to shift your inner world before expecting your outer world to change. As I stayed committed, I started to notice subtle yet profound shifts. It wasn't like winning the lottery or receiving sudden windfalls of cash. Instead, I found myself more aligned, more aware of the opportunities around me that I had previously overlooked. I began to see how small decisions, made mindfully, had a compounding effect. Opportunities I had never considered started to present themselves, and people who could support my journey seemed to show up just when I needed them. This is the magic of mindfulness. It works quietly, almost invisibly, to reshape your reality from the inside out. So how can you harness this Buddhist secret for your own life? Start by practicing mindfulness in simple, everyday moments. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to breathe deeply, feel the energy of the new day, and set a clear intention. Instead of jumping straight into your to-do list, ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to cultivate today? This small practice alone can set the tone for everything that follows. Throughout your day, bring awareness to your thoughts. Are you nurturing seeds of abundance, or are you unintentionally feeding scarcity and worry? When a fear-based thought arises, don't push it away or judge yourself for feeling it. Acknowledge it, let it pass, and gently guide your focus back to thoughts that uplift and inspire you. Remember, your mind will always try to drift back to old patterns, but mindfulness is about compassionately bringing your attention back, again and again. Another powerful way to use mindfulness for manifesting abundance is through visualization. Instead of just imagining what you want, bring all your senses into the experience. If you're visualizing financial freedom, don't just see the numbers in your bank account. Feel the sense of relief and joy. Picture yourself doing something meaningful with your resources, whether it's taking care of loved ones, traveling to a place that inspires you, or giving back to a cause close to your heart. The more vividly you can experience this reality in your mind, the more your subconscious begins to believe it's possible. And here's an often overlooked but essential part of the Buddhist secret: gratitude. The more grateful you are for the blessings you already have, the more you'll attract into your life. Mindfulness makes it easier to practice gratitude because it trains you to notice and appreciate the present moment. You become more aware of the simple yet miraculous things that fill your days, from the warmth of the sun on your skin to the laughter of a friend. Every time you feel anxious or overwhelmed by life's challenges, return to mindfulness. Breathe in, acknowledge the present, and remind yourself of the garden you're growing. Know that even on the days when you can't see the flowers, seeds are sprouting beneath the soil. Your dedication and belief in the process are what allow them to bloom. In essence, the Buddhist secret is about realizing that abundance starts from within. By being present, setting clear intentions, nurturing positive thoughts, and practicing gratitude, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. The results may not be immediate, but as you stay consistent, you'll notice how your life begins to mirror the abundant garden you've cultivated in your mind. So, are you ready to transform your life through the power of mindfulness? Start today. Take one small step to be more present, and watch how the universe starts to respond in ways you never imagined possible. If this video inspired you or gave you a new perspective, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little bit of this ancient wisdom in their modern life. Together, let's create a ripple effect of positivity and prosperity. One of the most powerful, yet often overlooked aspects of Buddhist practice is the art of setting a clear intention. In temples all around the world, rituals are performed with humble offerings, water, incense, or vibrant flowers, not because these items have magical powers, but because they symbolize something deeper: purity, dedication, and a focused mind. The simple act of offering is a declaration to the universe and a reminder to oneself of the purpose and sincerity behind each action. But how can we bring this ancient wisdom into our fast-paced modern lives? Think about the energy you start your day with. Many of us rush out of bed, mind already spinning with tasks and worries, barely aware of our own breath. What if we could change that narrative with a simple, meaningful ritual? Imagine waking up and taking a moment to connect with your deeper self. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be as simple as lighting a candle. Take a deep, cleansing breath. Let the worries of yesterday and the anxieties of the future fall away, and then close your eyes. In that moment of stillness, visualize your goals, not just as abstract wishes, but as a reality that you're moving towards. See yourself living the life you desire. Feel the emotions that come with it: joy, peace, fulfillment. This practice isn't about superstition or wishful thinking. It's about training your mind to focus on what you want, rather than what you fear. When you set a clear intention, you're giving your mind a powerful message. This is where I'm going. This is my path. It's like programming your inner GPS to guide you to your destination, ensuring you don't get lost in distractions or negativity. Think about the last time you felt lost or overwhelmed by life's challenges. How often did you find yourself drifting, reacting to whatever came your way, rather than consciously choosing your direction? Setting a clear intention changes that. It gives you a sense of control, a reminder that you are the creator of your experience. When you light that candle or take that moment of silence in the morning, it's a way of grounding yourself, aligning your energy with your highest purpose. For me, this practice has been nothing short of transformative. I remember a time when I felt constantly scattered, my mind pulled in a million different directions. I would wake up already feeling stressed, my day dictated by whatever crisis or worry presented itself first. But when I started setting a clear intention every morning, everything began to shift. It wasn't that my problems magically disappeared, but I found myself more centered, more resilient. Opportunities seemed to come more easily, and I was more aware of the choices that aligned with my vision. My days felt less chaotic and more purposeful. Think of your intention as a seed. Each morning, as you perform your ritual, you're planting that seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious. Throughout the day, as challenges arise, your intention acts as a guiding light, reminding you of what truly matters. It's a practice that not only shifts your mindset, but also influences the energy you put out into the world. And when your energy aligns with your vision, the universe responds in kind. This is the essence of the Buddhist secret, the understanding that our reality is shaped by our focus and energy. Setting an intention is a simple, yet profound way to harness this power. It brings a sense of clarity and direction that can transform even the most mundane tasks into meaningful steps toward your goals. So, what does this look like in your everyday life? You don't need to have a meditation room or perform complex rituals. Start small. Light a candle, hold a crystal if you have one, or even just sit in stillness for a few moments. As you set your intention, speak it out loud or silently in your heart. Feel the truth of it, as if it has already manifested. Today, I invite abundance into my life. I am open to opportunities and blessings. I approach every challenge with strength and grace. Whatever feels right to you, say it with conviction and trust that it will guide you. This practice may seem simple, but don't underestimate its power. It's a way of telling the universe and yourself that you're ready to live with purpose and mindfulness. Over time, you'll start to notice how different your days feel. You'll be more aware of the moments that align with your intention and more equipped to handle the ones that don't. It's a reminder that while we can't always control what happens around us, we have full control over how we choose to respond. As you incorporate this practice into your life, observe the changes. Notice the sense of calm and direction that begins to permeate your daily routines. And when you experience the benefits, share this wisdom with others. The Buddhist secret isn't just a practice, it's a way of being, a way of approaching life with grace, clarity, and unwavering intention. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little more intention and mindfulness in their life. Together, let's create a community that embraces this ancient wisdom and uses it to thrive in our modern world. Remember, you have the power to set the tone for your day and ultimately, your life. So why not start today? One of the most profound and life-altering teachings in Buddhism centers around the art of letting go. It's a simple phrase, but within it lies a deep, transformative truth. The essence of this teaching is that clinging, whether to desires, relationships, or even specific outcomes, inevitably leads to suffering. We've all experienced this at some point. Think about the anxiety that comes from wanting something so badly that it consumes you, or the pain of holding on to a past relationship or experience long after it's over. The tighter we cling, the more we suffocate our own peace and block the natural flow of life. But here's the paradox. By releasing our grip, we create space for abundance to enter. Picture this. You're holding a handful of sand. If you squeeze tightly, trying to hold on to every grain, the sand slips through your fingers and scatters. But if you hold your hand open, lightly cradling the sand, it stays in your palm. This is the Buddhist secret to attracting abundance and fulfillment. Learning to hold your desires lightly, with a sense of trust and openness to the universe's plan. It's not easy. Letting go feels counterintuitive. Our minds are conditioned to believe that if we want something, we have to grasp it fiercely, control every detail, and never let go. But true freedom and abundance come when we release that need for control. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive. It means having faith that what's meant for us will come, and what isn't meant for us will drift away. It's about trusting that the universe is conspiring in our favor, even when things don't seem to be going our way. This idea has profoundly changed the way I approach life. I used to think that to succeed, I had to micromanage every aspect of my journey, worrying incessantly about outcomes. But life had other plans. There were moments when things fell apart, no matter how hard I tried to hold everything together. The more I clung, the more I felt defeated and exhausted. It wasn't until I learned to let go that I began to see opportunities I never imagined possible. Let me share something personal. I once faced a major setback in my career. A project I had poured my heart and soul into fell apart. I had envisioned every detail, planned meticulously, and worked tirelessly to bring it to life. When it didn't work out, I was devastated. But in that moment of heartbreak, I remembered the teaching of letting go. Instead of clinging to the disappointment, I made a conscious decision to release it. I let go of the vision I had built in my mind, trusting that something better was on its way. And believe me, it wasn't easy. It felt unnatural to loosen my grip on something I cared so deeply about. But slowly, as I released the need to control every outcome, I found peace. And here's the magical part. Once I let go, new and unexpected doors started to open. Opportunities I hadn't even considered presented themselves. I met people who guided me toward an even better path, one that felt more aligned with my true purpose. It was as if the universe had been waiting for me to stop holding on so tightly, so it could show me a better way. This experience taught me that by clinging, I was limiting myself. When we let go, we create space for miracles. So how can we practice this in our daily lives? Start small. The next time you feel yourself clinging to a particular outcome, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing? What if I trusted that whatever is meant for me will find me? It's not about denying your desires or giving up on your dreams. It's about releasing the need to force things and trusting that the universe has a bigger plan. Imagine a river. The water flows effortlessly, winding its way around rocks and obstacles, always moving forward. The river doesn't try to control its path or cling to the banks. It surrenders to the flow, knowing that it will eventually reach the sea. We too can learn to flow with life rather than fight against it. By embracing this mindset, we become more resilient, more open to the unexpected, and more at peace with the journey. When you let go, you'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. You'll find that the things you truly need come to you effortlessly, while the things that were never meant for you drift away. Life becomes less about struggle and more about grace. It's a practice that takes time and patience, but the rewards are immense. If you found this message inspiring or helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need to hear it. Remember, letting go is not a sign of weakness. It's a courageous act of trust. The universe has your back, and sometimes the best way to receive what you truly desire is to let go of how you think it should happen. Embrace the flow and watch abundance naturally unfold in your life. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Buddhist practice, a powerful yet often underestimated force that has the ability to transform not just your perspective, but your entire life. It's not just about saying thank you or feeling happy when things go your way. True gratitude is about cultivating a deep appreciation for everything you have, even the simplest, smallest blessings. And here's the most fascinating part. When you're truly grateful for what you have, you naturally attract more things to be grateful for. This concept may sound like spiritual fluff, but there's real science to back it up. Think about it. Our brains are wired to focus on what we direct our attention to. When you're constantly worrying about what you lack, your brain becomes tuned into scarcity. You start noticing all the things that are missing from your life, all the reasons why you can't succeed, and all the obstacles in your way. But when you practice gratitude, something incredible happens. Your brain starts to shift. It rewires itself to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. You begin to notice opportunities, blessings, and moments of joy that were always there but were hidden behind the veil of negativity and lack. Let me share a story that highlights this. There was a time in my life when everything felt like a struggle. I was consumed by stress, feeling like I never had enough money, enough time, enough success. My mind was in a constant state of worry, and I didn't realize how much that mindset was holding me back. Then, I came across the Buddhist teaching of gratitude, and something clicked. I decided to give it a genuine try, even though I was skeptical at first. Every night, I made it a point to write down 3 things I was grateful for. Sometimes, it was hard, especially on days when everything seemed to go wrong, but I stuck with it. At first, the changes were subtle. I noticed I was complaining less. I felt lighter, less burdened by stress. Then, gradually, more profound shifts began to take place. I started to see opportunities where I once saw problems. My relationships improved because I was more present and appreciative. Even my career began to take off as I became more open to new possibilities. It was as if the universe was responding to my gratitude, showering me with more reasons to be thankful. This isn't magic, it's the power of a grateful mind. Neuroscientists have found that gratitude activates the brain's reward system, releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. It literally changes the structure of your brain, making you more resilient and better equipped to face challenges. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice, it's a mental shift that has real, tangible benefits. So how can you start incorporating this life-changing habit into your daily routine? Here's a simple but incredibly effective exercise. Every night, take a few minutes before bed to reflect on your day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big or life-changing. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a moment of laughter with a friend, or the fact that you have a safe place to sleep. The point is to genuinely feel that sense of gratitude as you write. Let it sink into your heart, even if only for a moment. Over time, you'll notice how this small practice creates a ripple effect in your life. Your energy will shift, and you'll approach challenges with a new mindset. Instead of feeling defeated or overwhelmed, you'll start to see the lessons and the hidden blessings. You'll feel more content, more at peace, and ironically, more driven to achieve your goals because you're coming from a place of abundance rather than lack. And here's another tip. Share your gratitude with others. Expressing appreciation to the people in your life not only deepens your connections, but also amplifies the energy of gratitude. It's a beautiful way to spread positivity and remind others of the good things in their own lives. Remember, the practice of gratitude is a journey, not a destination. It's something you cultivate over time, and the more you nurture it, the more your life will transform. The Buddhist secret is simple yet profound. What you focus on expands. If you focus on gratitude, you'll invite more things to be grateful for. So, tonight, give it a try. Take a few minutes to reflect and write down your 3 blessings. And as you drift off to sleep, let that feeling of gratitude fill you up, knowing that you're planting seeds of abundance for tomorrow. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little more gratitude in their life. Together, let's create a ripple effect of positivity and abundance. Thank you for watching, and I'm grateful for every one of you on this journey with me. Meditation is so much more than just a technique for stress relief. It's a sacred practice, a doorway to something far greater than ourselves. In Buddhist teachings, meditation is a path to still the mind, quiet the chaos, and make space for something profound. the energy of the universe itself. It's a way of aligning our inner world with our true desires, tapping into a wellspring of peace, wisdom, and even abundance that lies within each of us. When we meditate, we're not just sitting in silence, we're connecting to a deeper consciousness, a place where our intentions and the universe's energy become one. Think about it. In our everyday lives, our minds are constantly racing. We're bombarded with information, worries, and endless to-do lists. We're so focused on what's next that we rarely take a moment to be fully present. But meditation invites us to pause, to breathe, and to step into the now. It's an opportunity to reset and reconnect with the essence of who we are and what we truly want. Through meditation, we begin to understand that our outer reality is a reflection of our inner state. If our mind is cluttered and chaotic, life feels that way too. But if we cultivate stillness and clarity, the world around us begins to mirror that peace. When I first heard about meditation, I honestly didn't get it. I thought, how could sitting still for a few minutes possibly change my life? It felt like a waste of time, especially in a world where productivity is king and every second counts. But the more I learned about Buddhist philosophy and the concept of tuning into the energy of the universe, the more curious I became. So, I decided to give it a genuine try, even though it felt awkward and uncomfortable at first. And you know what? It didn't transform my life overnight. It wasn't a miraculous instant fix. But little by little, I began to notice subtle yet powerful shifts. I started with just 5 minutes a day, sitting quietly and focusing on my breath. It was hard to quiet my thoughts at first. My mind would race, reminding me of tasks I needed to do or problems I needed to solve. But with time and practice, I learned to let those thoughts come and go, like waves in the ocean. I stopped fighting them and just observed. As I kept up the practice, I began to feel more grounded, more centered. The things that used to stress me out didn't feel as overwhelming. I noticed that I had more clarity in making decisions, and I was better at handling life's challenges. What was even more surprising was how meditation began to shift my energy. I felt more aligned, more in tune with my goals and dreams. It was as if the universe started to open doors for me, offering opportunities that I hadn't even imagined. If you're new to meditation, I want to encourage you to start small. You don't need to sit for hours or achieve some mystical state of enlightenment right away. Begin with just 5 minutes a day. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Feel the air as it enters your nose, fills your lungs, and flows back out. If your mind starts to wander, and it will, that's okay. Gently guide your attention back to your breath, again and again, without judgment. Once you feel a little more comfortable, try adding a visualization element. As you breathe in, imagine yourself surrounded by abundance. Picture the life you want to create in vivid detail. See yourself thriving, happy, and at peace. Feel the emotions that come with that vision. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more powerful your intention becomes. Remember, your thoughts have energy, and when you combine that with the stillness of meditation, you create a space where miracles can manifest. Meditation has now become a non-negotiable part of my morning routine. It's like brushing my teeth or having my first cup of coffee. It sets the tone for my entire day. I can't imagine starting my morning without taking that time to tune in, to ground myself, and to align with the energy of the universe. It's my way of saying, I'm ready to receive whatever blessings the day has to offer. The beauty of meditation is that it's always available to you. No matter where you are or what's going on in your life, you can tap into this practice. It's a gift you give yourself, a moment of peace in a world that never stops moving. And as you deepen your practice, you'll discover that meditation is not about escaping the world, but engaging with it from a place of power, presence, and grace. So, if you've ever thought meditation wasn't for you, or if you've tried it and felt frustrated, I invite you to give it another chance. Approach it with an open heart and a sense of curiosity. Start small, be gentle with yourself, and trust the process. You may just find that this simple practice holds the key to connecting with the universe and manifesting the life you've always dreamed of. Thank you for being here, for sharing this space with me. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from a little more peace and mindfulness. Together, let's explore the power of meditation and the wisdom of the Buddhist secret. Your journey starts now, and I can't wait to hear about the magic you discover. Buddhist teachings remind us that true abundance goes far beyond material wealth. It's not just about having money, possessions, or external success. True abundance lies in the depth and quality of our relationships, the love we share, and the positive impact we have on the world around us. It's about living a life filled with purpose, connection, and a sense of contribution to something greater than ourselves. In this sense, compassion becomes a form of currency, one that generates spiritual wealth and enriches our lives in ways that money never could. Think about the idea of compassion. It's the simple yet profound act of giving without expecting anything in return. It's the willingness to put aside your own needs for a moment to uplift someone else. When we act compassionately, we create a cycle of positive energy that not only benefits the recipient, but also transforms us. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, sends ripples of goodness into the world, and those ripples have a way of coming back to us in unexpected and beautiful ways. This principle is rooted deeply in Buddhist philosophy. By cultivating compassion, we become more connected to others, more present, and more aware of the richness that exists all around us. Imagine living in a world where people acted not out of self-interest, but from a place of genuine care and love. How different would that world be? The beautiful thing is that we have the power to create that reality, starting with our own actions. Let me share a personal story that profoundly shaped my understanding of this. A while back, I decided to volunteer at a local shelter. I went in thinking I'd be the one giving, helping those in need, and making a difference in their lives. But what I experienced was far more powerful. As I spent time there, listening to people's stories, sharing moments of genuine connection, and simply being present, I realized that I was receiving just as much, if not more, than I was giving. There was a woman at the shelter, let's call her Maria. She had faced unimaginable hardships, yet she radiated a sense of hope and strength that humbled me. We shared a conversation over a simple meal, and she told me about the little things that brought her joy, like watching the sunrise or hearing her child's laughter. Her gratitude for life, even in the face of struggle, was deeply moving. It made me reflect on all the things I took for granted. By the end of our conversation, I felt more enriched, inspired, and full of purpose than I had in a long time. That experience taught me a crucial lesson. Compassion is a two-way street. When we open our hearts to others, we're not just offering support, we're also allowing ourselves to be transformed. The act of giving without expecting anything in return fills our spirit in a way that no material possession ever could. It reminds us of our shared humanity, our interconnectedness, and the simple truth that we're all in this together. I left the shelter that day with a full heart and a new perspective on what it means to live an abundant life. It's not about accumulating wealth, but about the richness of experiences, the depth of human connection, and the joy of making a difference. True abundance is knowing that your presence in this world matters, that your actions, no matter how small, have the power to bring light to someone's darkness. If you want to experience this kind of abundance, I encourage you to start where you are. You don't have to make grand gestures or donate large sums of money. Sometimes, a simple act of kindness can change someone's day. Smile at a stranger, listen to a friend who needs to be heard, or lend a helping hand to someone struggling. These small moments of compassion create a ripple effect that can transform lives, including your own. The Buddhist secret to abundance lies in this understanding. When we give freely from the heart, we receive blessings beyond measure. We become part of a cycle of positive energy that uplifts everyone it touches, including ourselves. So the next time you have the opportunity to give, do it with love and without expectation. You might be surprised at the profound sense of fulfillment that comes your way. Thank you for being here and for being open to exploring the deeper meaning of true abundance. If this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a reminder of the power of compassion. Together, we can create a more loving and abundant world, one act of kindness at a time. Remember, true wealth is found not in what we have, but in what we give. And in giving, we receive so much more. How can you apply the Buddhist secret in your everyday life? It's simpler than you might think, yet deeply transformative. It's all about bringing these timeless teachings into your daily routines through small, intentional rituals that create profound shifts over time. The idea is to turn everyday actions into mindful practices that ground you, energize you, and help you feel more connected to the present moment. Think about something as simple as eating. Mindful eating is one of the most accessible ways to practice this. Instead of rushing through meals, distracted by work, or mindlessly scrolling through your phone, take a moment to be fully present. Notice the colors and textures of your food, the flavors that awaken your senses. Feel the gratitude for the nourishment it provides. This isn't just about savoring the meal, it's about honoring your body and giving yourself the gift of presence. By eating mindfully, you turn a mundane act into a spiritual practice, one that fosters appreciation, awareness, and well-being. Another powerful way to integrate the Buddhist secret is by setting boundaries that honor your well-being. In a world that glorifies busyness, it's easy to stretch ourselves too thin, sacrificing our mental and physical health in the process. But what if you approached your energy as something sacred, something worth protecting? Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's a necessary act of self-love. Whether it's saying no to extra commitments or taking time for yourself, these boundaries create space for you to breathe, recharge, and be more intentional about how you spend your time. Let me share a personal insight that might inspire you. I've always been a coffee lover, and for the longest time, my morning routine involved drinking coffee while mindlessly scrolling through social media. It became a habit, something I did on autopilot. But as I learned more about the power of mindfulness, I realized that I was wasting a beautiful opportunity to set a positive tone for my day. So, I made a small but meaningful change. Now, every morning, I make my coffee and give it my full attention. I feel the warmth of the mug in my hands, breathe in the rich aroma, and take a moment to be grateful for the simple pleasure of that first sip. I sit quietly, away from distractions, and use those few minutes to reflect on my intentions for the day. I think about how I want to show up, the energy I want to carry, and the kind of experiences I hope to create. This simple act of mindfulness transforms my morning and sets a powerful, intentional energy that carries through the rest of the day. You don't have to be perfect at this. It's not about forcing yourself into a strict routine or adding pressure to do everything mindfully. Start small. Pick one area of your life where you can practice more presence. It could be during your commute, where instead of zoning out, you take a moment to breathe deeply and appreciate the journey. Or perhaps it's in the way you listen to others. Instead of thinking about what you'll say next, try to be fully engaged, offering your attention as a gift. Each of these small practices adds up. They begin to shift your energy, making you feel more in tune with yourself and the world around you. The Buddhist secret lies in realizing that every action, no matter how small, can become a form of meditation and intention if you approach it with mindfulness and an open heart. What's beautiful about this is that it's accessible to everyone. You don't need to sit on a mountaintop or have hours of free time to find spiritual fulfillment. It's in the everyday moments, the way you breathe, the way you eat, the way you show kindness to yourself and others. It's in choosing to live intentionally rather than reactively and finding the sacred in the ordinary. If this resonates with you, I invite you to try it for yourself. Start with one small change. Maybe tomorrow morning, instead of rushing through your routine, you pause and enjoy your coffee or tea with full awareness, or take a moment before bed to reflect on your day with gratitude. Notice how these small shifts can bring a sense of peace, clarity, and purpose to your life. Thank you for taking this time to explore the Buddhist secret with me. If this message inspired you or gave you a new perspective, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from a little more mindfulness in their life. Remember, you have the power to turn every moment into a mindful experience. The journey to a more fulfilling life starts with these small, intentional steps. Let's take them together. I get it. Not everyone is convinced by the idea that your thoughts can shape your reality. It might sound a bit too mystical or wishful to some, especially if you're the type of person who needs hard evidence before buying into any concept. But here's the thing. Even if you're skeptical, you can't ignore the psychological benefits of these practices. There's a growing body of research that proves the power of mindfulness and gratitude on our mental and physical well-being. Studies have shown that people who practice mindfulness experience reduced stress, improved emotional regulation, and even lower rates of anxiety and depression. Gratitude, on the other hand, has been linked to increased happiness, better relationships, and a greater sense of fulfillment. Think about what that means in practical terms. Even if you don't believe that your thoughts can directly influence the universe, there's undeniable evidence that they influence you. Your mindset, the way you see the world, and how you respond to life's challenges can dramatically change your experience of reality. The way you feel on the inside affects everything, from the way you communicate with others to the opportunities you notice and seize. Let me get personal for a moment. I used to be one of the skeptics. I remember rolling my eyes whenever someone mentioned the law of attraction or suggested that my thoughts had the power to change my life. To me, it seemed like a convenient excuse to avoid taking real, tangible action. But despite my skepticism, I reached a point in my life where stress and negativity were overwhelming me, and I knew I had to try something different. So I reluctantly started practicing mindfulness and gratitude. I didn't expect much, to be honest. I thought, well, at least it can't hurt. Each day, I dedicated just a few minutes to being fully present. I paid attention to my breath, took time to notice my surroundings, and acknowledged my thoughts without judgment. I also began a simple gratitude practice. Every evening, I'd write down 3 things I was thankful for. Sometimes it was as trivial as a warm meal, and other times it was something more meaningful, like a conversation with a friend. The changes didn't happen overnight, but they were real and they were undeniable. I started noticing that my relationships were improving. I was more patient, more present, and more open to listening. I no longer approached conversations with a defensive or stressed out mindset. Instead, I felt more compassionate and understanding. My motivation levels increased too. When I shifted my focus from everything that was going wrong to everything I had to be grateful for, I felt a renewed sense of energy and drive. And then something surprising happened. Even my financial situation began to change. It wasn't magic. Money didn't just fall into my lap. But by cultivating a more positive and open mindset, I noticed opportunities I hadn't seen before. I was more willing to take calculated risks, more confident in pursuing new ventures, and more resilient when things didn't work out as planned. It's as if my mind, now unburdened by constant negativity, was free to focus on growth and possibility. I'm not here to say that mindfulness and gratitude are cure-alls or that they replace hard work and effort. But what I am saying is that these practices equip you with a better foundation. They create a mindset that's conducive to success, a heart that's open to joy, and a spirit that's resilient in the face of setbacks. So, even if you're a skeptic, I invite you to give these practices a genuine try. You don't have to believe in the metaphysical aspects if that's not your thing. Just consider it an experiment in self-care. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to mindfulness, or write down a few things you're grateful for each night. See how it feels. Notice how it changes your interactions, your energy, and your overall outlook on life. If you find that your days feel a little lighter, your challenges a little more manageable, and your happiness a little more accessible, then you've already discovered something valuable. And if it leads to even more profound changes, well, that's the beauty of the Buddhist secret. Thank you for being open to exploring this with me. If this video brought you any insight or inspiration, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little extra light in their life. Remember, even small changes in your mindset can create a ripple effect that transforms your reality. And that's something truly worth exploring. As we come to the end of our journey together in this video, I want to remind you that the Buddhist secret isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's not a magic formula that will instantly bring you success, wealth, or happiness. Instead, it's a practice, a journey that grows and evolves with you over time. It's about learning to live a life of balance, harmony, and true abundance, not just in material terms, but in your relationships, your inner peace, and your connection to the world around you. Think of it like planting a seed. You wouldn't expect it to bloom into a full-grown tree overnight. It needs care, patience, and consistency. The same goes for these practices. Whether it's mindfulness, meditation, or practicing gratitude, the impact may not be immediate, but trust that every small step you take is moving you toward a more fulfilling life. The goal is to cultivate a state of being where you are at peace, even when life gets messy, and to create a mindset that sees opportunity and beauty, even in challenging times. I want to offer you a challenge, a gentle invitation really. Pick just one of these practices and commit to it for 30 days. Maybe you choose to start a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for each night. Or perhaps you decide to take 5 minutes each morning to meditate, clearing your mind and setting an intention for the day. It could even be as simple as practicing mindful breathing whenever you feel overwhelmed. The practice you choose doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming, but give it your full commitment for a month and observe the shifts that begin to take place in your life. You might be surprised at what you discover. You may notice that your stress levels decrease, that you're more present in your conversations, or that opportunities seem to come your way more easily. You might find a deeper sense of appreciation for the little things, or feel more resilient when faced with challenges. The magic of the Buddhist secret lies in these gradual, meaningful transformations. And when you start to notice these changes, when you experience that moment of clarity, peace, or newfound abundance, I would love to hear about it. Come back to this video and share your experience in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to begin their own journey, creating a ripple effect of positivity and growth. Remember, this is a community, and we're all learning and growing together. Sometimes, the most beautiful part of the journey is sharing it with others who are also on the path to self-discovery and mindfulness. By sharing your experiences, you contribute to the collective wisdom and encourage others to find their own way. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for being open to exploring these teachings. I truly hope that something in this video has sparked curiosity, hope, or a sense of peace within you. If you enjoyed this content or found value in it, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends or loved ones who might benefit from a little Buddhist-inspired magic in their lives. Until we meet again in the next video, I wish you all the peace, prosperity, and endless abundance that life has to offer. Remember, you hold the power to transform your reality, one mindful step at a time. Take care, and may your journey be filled with grace, wisdom, and light.